Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at my Tekno SCT410 Superlight SL model, short course truck. You know, as I'm sure you guys already know who are watching this, four-wheel drive short course truck based on the ET410 and the EB410 from Tekno. You know, I got this because I wanted to get back into the hobby. And it just so happened I knew a guy who was selling up his short course trucks, so I bought this actually as part of a bundle deal, and so I've been getting to grips with it all and getting back into the hobby, hence the videos that you've seen previous to this. So you know, the motor, the ESC I'm running and the radio gear that I bought, etc., to get this basically all up and running and together. So I just wanted to go over, you know, in this video, my initial thoughts on the truck, as well as the setup that I've got on it and what I think of it so far. Like I say, completely honest, boy with my own money, honest opinion on it, and you know, whether and what I think of it so far. But I'll give you a quick review. I love the truck, it is a fantastic truck. But yeah, let me move the camera about and get you moved closer in, and yeah, I'll go over the details. Okay guys, now I've got the camera in a better position for you to see what I'm doing. Let's start from the outside in, obviously. So obviously, like I mentioned in the intro, I bought this truck used off a racer, and so this is the body that he had for the truck, so this isn't my paint scheme or anything. But as far as I'm aware, this is J Concepts High Flow 2, I believe, not a High Flow 1, but obviously correct me if I'm wrong in the description. Yeah, it does the job. The previous owner did the old shoe goo and drywall tape modification to help secure it, but with my amazing driving, I actually am starting to crack through that, so I'll have to replace that soon. But moving on to the inside, being in England with a wonderful weather, we have to combat with a lot of wet track days, and so running non-waterproof electronics, you have to try your best to obviously stop water getting to them. So to try and help, I've basically got the body from an ET410, the buggy version of this truck, and basically cut it in half and used it to protect my ESC, my receiver, and my servo, none of which are waterproof. Actually, the receiver is waterproof, I tell a lie. But yeah, that's basically all this is, and it's just held on with Velcro, so let me just take that off. And yeah, as you can see, literally just Velcroed on. Does the job, as there is kind of no aftermarket over tray that you can get for him for running in those type of conditions. As you can see, I still got my battery pack in here from the race weekend I was at, and I haven't cleaned it up or anything. This is literally as it is, pulled off the track as I went home. So wheels and tyre choice, we have got Avid wheels mounted with hard inserts and Schumacher mini pins, front and rear. At the moment I'm running the blue compound front and back. As the summer season and the temperature starts to come back up, I'll probably move to a harder compound at the front or a different design of tyre altogether, but I'm still getting to grips with the setup stuff. The track I run on is a high grip Astro track, which you'll see in the future running video. And but yeah, that's the wheels and tyres that I mostly use. I also do dabble with the Proline Prisms in a very soft compound though, so that's more of a wet setup for me. They just seem to have more bite than these pins, but they are starting to wear out, so these are just more my practice tyres now. As for shock and everything set up, the shock oil in this, I actually haven't changed this yet, but I believe according to the setup sheet, 350 CST front and rear. Yellow springs on the back. There were yellows on the front when I got the truck, which worked fine, or worked actually great in the wet, but as the track started to dry out, I started to traction roll quite a bit. So on the track, well, on the day, I actually swapped them for orange springs just to help stiffen the truck up, which helped a little bit, but I think overall the setup needs to change for dry conditions, obviously, and more grip, because the truck wants to roll constantly. But everything, so I'm sorry, I'm just kind of rambling. Actually, I'll take my battery out whilst I'm here. The servo, it's an SRT BH9022. Now, going back 10 odd years ago when I used to run my Lossy or Lossy 10 SCTE, I kind of ran like ready to run servos, or servos in like the 30 to 60 pound bracket maximum. I've never actually been exposed to like a full blown race servo, I suppose you could say. I know there's even more expensive ones than these out there, but this is the first time I've had experience, and I must say there is a massive difference. If you've never had experience of a full blown race servo or an expensive high end servo, there's a difference 100%. And this thing is so torquey and so fast. I currently actually run it on 7.4 volts from the ESC, from the programming, and I might actually turn it back down to 6 volts because it's that twitchy, and especially as the truck's now starting to traction roll in the dry. So that might be something I look at doing. In terms of radio gear, as previously unboxed even, is my Absima CR10P or Dumbo RC DDF350. This is the 10 channel receiver, like I say, is waterproof, and as you can kind of see there, it squeezes in tight, really tight. It's a big old receiver, 10 channels. It's way overkill. I might actually look at getting like the 6 channel version of that receiver, just so it gives me more space under there, but it works. At the top front here, I've got my MRT transponder for my lap times, and then obviously feeding the whole system, I've got my Hobbywing XR8 Pro G3, which I unboxed recently on the channel, and obviously I run that off a 2S LiPo. I run 2 styler packs, this one and a Turnigy 8000 milliamp hour, a higher discharge pack. Basically, this is more like my practice packs. So that feeds into the ESC, which then obviously powers the motor, which came with the truck when I bought it as part of this package deal. So it's a Hobbywing XE Run 4300 kV 550 can. Very, very strong motor. The system's fully censored. Very strong motor. Again, not being exposed to race kits or like full race setups back when I ran short course before, this is miles ahead of those systems I was exposed to previously. In terms of gearing, stock size spur, but I've upped it to the max pinion size that you can on this fixed motor mount that the SLs have. So it's got a 21 tooth pinion gear, which gives me all the legs I need for the track that I run on. In terms of diff setups and stuff, for the wet, which is what this is set to at the moment, it's running 20, 20 and 10. As the summer starts to roll around, I might actually up that to 30, 30 and 12 to 15k in the back and see how I roll, and see how it performs there, and obviously change the tyres and stuff as well, mess around with the setup a bit more, which is all part of the fun, I suppose, of the hobby. In terms of upgrades that the previous keeper done to this truck, it's got the carbon fibre shock towers front and rear. It has the carbon fibre centre diff brace. It's also got the carbon fibre upper front brace. The other things he's upgraded, chassis weights at the back. I haven't played around with this. It works well for me, so I just kind of stick to how it is, and change it as I go. I don't think there's anything else upgraded on the truck. I mean, the Tekno kits come, pretty much good to go in terms of like they give you what it needs. 12mm aluminium hexes, actually, that's another thing I remembered. It doesn't have the plastic hexes on there anymore. In terms of weaknesses of the truck, the only thing I've had issues with, and I know other people have, but I know other people will say otherwise, is the diff pinion gears, like the pinion gears that come off your centre driveline into the diff cases. I've had 4 strip on me, and I'd say 1, maybe 2 were my fault, you know, but the other two, I don't think so. Like I said, I run on a high grip Astro track, so, and mixed with my rusty driving, let's put it like that, I can accept maybe 1 or 2 going wrong, but to have 4 go wrong, you know, I don't know. And this is, you know, a spec, this is the correct motor combo for a 4-wheel drive short course track, and it seems to chew the pinion gears quite a bit. Now, to help prevent that, I have shimmed the diff pinions out, so closer to the diff ring gears, by using a 0.1mm shim front and rear, and it seems to be behaving. But if you are looking at one of these trucks, I'd recommend stocking up on the pinion gears at least, maybe a couple of ring gears. The ring gears I damaged front and rear, I think that was 100% my fault. That's landing really badly on throttle. That's not the truck's fault at all, so I'll take the blame for that one. But everything else, I haven't had anything else break, and then, like I say, this has taken some nasty tumbles. I am rusty, I will say that, and you know, suspension arms, shocks, turnbuckles, everything, like, it's been solid, really has been solid. I'm really impressed. Like I said, I've never really been exposed to a full-blown race kit other than my SCT, which was ready to run anyway, and I wasn't old enough to really appreciate how to tune them and, you know, set them up and all this sort of stuff. So, you know, now I've got this and I'm a little bit more grown up and I can understand how things work. I actually really appreciate how well this thing drives, and that is a good note. The thing drives fantastic. It is such a good truck to drive. I actually run in an open mod class currently, which I know the rules are changing for the summer series, but I mixed with 2-wheel drive stadium trucks and 2-wheel drive short course trucks, and it's up there, it is hanging up there. Obviously I have an advantage of 4-wheel drive in the slightly damp conditions, but when it dries up, the stadium trucks actually have a way bigger advantage over a short course truck because they can just corner a whole lot better. The centre of gravity is lower, you know, they don't have the big body and wobbling about on you and all this sort of stuff, so they actually do have a massive advantage in the dry over a short course truck. So at that point I'm at a disadvantage even with my 4-wheel drive, but I'm placing, you know, podiums, you know, 2, 3, and I've raced this I think 4 times now, and every time I've been podium. So, you know, it's a really good truck, and I'm, you know, very rusty, like I say. So, but you know, it's a fantastic truck. You know, from the underside, as you can see, it is well used. I think the previous owner actually did put like a vinyl protector on the chassis. I haven't actually looked too much into it, but yeah, it is a solid truck, I must admit. You know, standard wear and tear stuff you're gonna happen, diff cups and stuff like that. I've actually upgraded the rear diff cups to the hardened versions. Actually, that's an upgrade I forgot. I haven't done it to the front because the fronts don't get nearly the abuse that the rear does. But that's kind of it really for it. It's got the Proline thumb screw body mounts as well, but rather than clips, so that actually stops the body rattling about, which is quite nice. But I think that is everything I can think of. Obviously, if you guys have got questions and I missed something because I'm blabbering on and I haven't written any notes down, just ask away in the comment section. I'll do my absolute best to get back to you and answer those questions thusly. Any feedback, anything you want to see on the channel, obviously just let me know. Again, put it down in the comment section and I'll get back to you. But yeah, that's kind of it, guys. You know, I'm happy I'm getting back into the hobby, and you know, and I'm glad I've got this as the thing to get me back into it, because it is a phenomenal performing kit, you know, and you don't see many short course trucks anymore, especially compared to when I used to race them. So I kind of want to try and reignite, you know, the thing for short course trucks, as I love them. I think they look great, and I love the realism mixed with the racing thing, you know, and you know, nothing against the buggies and the stadium trucks, but I just like short course track, and I think I might even purchase a 2-wheel drive for the summer, as the rules change in my local club, where you have to run 2-wheel drive, but I'll still have this as you know, as the, you know, to run in mixed race class, or you know, just practice days where I just want to have a little blast about. you know, I will use this, but I might look at getting a 2-wheel drive in the future. Again, if you guys got any suggestions for 2-wheel drives to get, let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, that's everything, guys. So sorry for all the rambling. You know, if I've missed anything, just let me know. But yeah, let me know what you want to see on the channel. But that's all I have for you today, guys. So any questions or anything, like I say, down below in the comment section. Any feedback, let me know. Hit a like if you liked the video, hit dislike down below if you didn't. All the same for me, and appreciate your feedback. And yeah, that's everything for this video, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video.